What's up, YouTube? Hopefully you're fine. I don't know what's going to happen to this intro because it's going to be a bit of a different intro. My map's out the way. But hopefully you're all enjoying this series so far. The sun's setting on this place. As you can see from down here, I've moved a lot of things, and I don't know if I should just do like a big review. I need to do like a cribs episode where I just show you my new base. But I can give you a little hint already. You can see that ominous. I don't know what I'd call it. I'm calling it the complex right now in the background. But let's just sleep off the night and then we can have a proper tour of it. Also, I'll move the map over so you can actually see the map now. I just didn't want it in the initial intro, but it's pretty big, the complex. And just let me go like that. Yes, you can see the outline of it on there, which is pretty dope. But as you can see from this, I've not moved the chest over and I've not moved my grinders over yet. It's just time. And I don't know whether I need to redesign it again, which kind of sucks. But as you can see from the map, these are no longer chunk loaded areas. So when I'm away from the grinder, it is no longer working. So I'm going to need all these withers coming through. But at the moment, I'm just going to suffice to say, it'll do for now. Once I've moved it, I'll move it soon. All I've got left is this mini reactor here. I forgot about this capacitor ramp, but I need to make the vibrant ones anyway, so I don't really want the lower tier version. There's nothing else really that I've got. Oh, well, I like this barn, but the problem is it doesn't, or it could actually fit it, but the problem is it's going to mean moving it block by block. I might just rebuild it inside the globe, the complex. But anyway, let's take it on tour. This is an awesome place. This took far too long to make. Let's just look at the entrance there. That is absolutely dope. Do you not think? Everything, 90% of everything you've seen here, the main building block is one little block. It's called a factory block. Factory block. They're different chiseled versions of the same block, and it's pretty versatile. It looks sick. I just love this like hazard striping version. Very industrial feel to it. But anyway, as you can see from the complex, we've got 4 exit points. Over here, I'll start on this side. This is the more important side than anything else. Out here, I've got the reactor. I did initially have it here in this hatchery, and then I thought I might as well move it out because at some point I'm going to want to make that a bit bigger. And by a bit bigger, I mean a lot bigger. So I thought, you know what, I'll move it out here. Plus, I can pretty much turn this into some sort of electrical district because there's different power sources that I need to build. So it's like solar panel. If I go into the achievement book, for instance, where are we looking now? Yeah, solar arrays, turbines, multi-block lightning rods. There's so many different power sources. I was hoping to turn like this row of blocks here into like one giant vibrant capacity bank, and then have all the different things feeding into it. I think that would be pretty good. I don't know. The reactor's doing well. I will explain these blocks soon. They're so simple, and I should have built them a long time ago. But anyway, and then here I'm like, which one am I look at? This, you remember this setup, got the Draconic Fusion, the Wyvern Craft Injectors. This is just basically the basic setup. I can upgrade that whenever I need to. I just put these fan blocks because it looks dope. And again, it's a factory block. There's so many different factory blocks. Everything here is a factory block. Just look at the top of the screen. Factory. Apart from the glowstone, obviously. It's so versatile. And it's so easy to make. But anyway, so we've got a little fusion draconic area. And then here, I went ahead and made the... Let me just turn... This is laggy. This is laggy, but I did make a mob grinder. It works really well. I've had this running for a while between episodes, and I've got 146 levels from it already. But this turn, I can't leave it running in an episode because this block here is laggy. I'll show you what I mean by laggy. Just look at the frames. It is so laggy, and it is not the setup itself that's laggy. It is not the setup itself. I made a redstone clock here attached to it, and it was fine. There was no lag whatsoever, but it doesn't look good. this looks good. That didn't look good, so I thought, you know what? I don't need to have it running 24/7 at the moment. Plus, the lag's only local, so it's not a big an issue. Did I get any more levels in there? It's 147, still 147, but you know, as you get higher and higher and higher, it tends to get a bit more crazy. But I'll show you how many. Just ignore all the dumpness in here at the moment. I've got 1,953 never stars because I left it running while I was building. Because it's just so dope. I love it. I just love the simplicity of it. But anyway, we'll come over to here. For this, you recognize all of this here. This is basically all my auto saves still feeding into my setup. Jesus Christ, that was loud. My desktop volume's way too loud. There we go. But yeah, all this still feeding. I don't know whether I need to turn this off at some point because we pretty much have everything we need now through farming or chickens. But I'm just leaving it running because it's still feeding some pretty basic items, and it looks nice. It does look nice floating on this island here. And again, no cables, and you can see those cables down there. There's a reason for that, but we'll come to that soon. So what's next floating island? So this is my next floating island. This is more of a redundant island, a homage. So this has got all my barrels. Witch water ones, stone ones. I think there's another type of barrel that you can put on there, but I thought I'd just leave that one free. And they've all got access to the sky. I made some holes in the ceiling just to do it good. And yeah, that's pretty dope. And then I've got my farming stuff down here. Well, I say farming, I could call it my chicken farming stuff. Oh, he's hatched. I need to catch him. Sorry. Come up here. I need you to breed. Where is upgrading the soul chickens? Because I need soul sand for a wither farm. And that is pretty much it for outside the main complex. I haven't missed any islands, have I? No. But as you can see from in here, there's loads of room to expand, and it's all covered from the rain, so I don't need to use that thing to hide. I think that's been causing me some lag spikes. And then we've got all this greenery land down here. This is why I'm thinking I could just move the barn into here. I don't know whether it would look nice or not. Did you have fun pooping out the soul sand? He's a low tier, tier 1. I don't need a tier 1. I'll take the soul sand though. But anyway, then we get to our main complex. And so I had to start it with a tree at the top. Come on, this is Sky Factory. Skyblock, and you know, this is like a little tribute to where it all began. And then we come down to our main platform here. There's not much here. I've got basically my portals, so I've got my end one, I've got the beneath one, and then I've got my nether one, which is pretty good. I like that. And we come down to the first level. I've not really done much with the first level. As you can see from this hole here, I did have something here. Then I kind of had to remove it, but I will explain that in a moment because you'll notice something missing from my base as I'm going through it. Hopefully you will anyway. Well, I'll let you challenge. I'll let you see. This is working towards the octuple compressed cobblestone. So we've got one septuple in there already. Holy shit, this is going to take forever. I swear this isn't going to be done by the end of the season unless I add some more of these. I don't know. So I know there's scope to expand and add more in there, but these nodes are working at full capacity. I don't think there's any more upgrades I can put in there. I'm limited to 20 of them. I'm limited to 1 of them. I can't put any more stack or any more speed upgrades in there. So all I can do is build more tier 5 ones. That's what I'm assuming. But we'll see. And then this is I've just made it look better. You know that little situation on the top where I was filling the top with cobblestone just to give me a load of stone, which I'd lose a crap ton on because that's in the recipe for this. I just thought, you know, it makes it look a bit more simple having it like that. And then we've got a terminal. We've got crafting grid on every single level now just to make things a bit easier. But this is this is the heart of my entire complex. This is such a dope place. I don't know where to begin. There's so much here. So I've put the reconstructor and display stands from the actual editions over here because this looks nice. It works quite nice. This laser is not going to impact with anything if I put any blocks on here for it to upgrade. And then I've got my coke ovens. Pretty much box standard. I've not really used these, have I really? But they're there. They're there if I ever need them. And then I will get onto flux control in a moment. I've got a cow in the jar there. There isn't really much else. I've made a lot more disk drives and I've made some crafters. I'll get to that in a moment as well. But the rest of it is pretty much just moving blocks over from the old place. And there's nothing on the bottom floor. And then if we go down here, if you look under here, this is where I put my water mills. I just thought it's the most common sense place to put it. It's chunk loaded, it's out the way. I don't need to have a look at it. And it's providing me with a lot of GP power. So that's pretty much it for the quick tour. But before I get into the other two things that I mentioned, the flux things and the crafters, can you spot what's missing? And just put it in the comments right now what you think is missing from all of this. I'll give you a moment. I'll give you a moment. Have you decided? Have you written it down there? Have you done it? So, yeah, here I had my smeltery. Yeah, I actually upgraded it as well. I made more blocks for it. Fancy controller there. What was it? 142. It's a big one. But I was having this problem with my base. So every time I came here, I had lag spikes. I had horrific lag spikes. And I started to panic thinking, okay, so something's gone wrong here. Because I derped and I forgot to back up the save before I moved everything to here. Which kind of a lesson you should always back up. But I started panicking, so I started removing one thing at a time to see what was causing lag spike. And weirdly, as soon as the smeltery went, my lag issues went. I don't know what it is about the smeltery that was causing the lag. I really have no clue whatsoever because it's pretty box standard. It's in every mod pack out there. And for whatever reason, maybe it's interacting with the factory blocks or maybe it's the location. I have no clue. But it fixed my lag spikes by removing it. So I put it far away and I made some quick tools with it before I got rid of it, so to speak. So I've got some manualing tools because I've got manualing for days now. And I will get into them a bit later. I just feel like I'm talking for a long time now, but there's so much to bring it up to speed with. So, two things. First, flux things. So, I originally had this place layered with cables. I mean, loads of ender conduit, and it looked pretty bad. And I was talking with a friend about it, and he said, "Why don't you use a flux?" And I was like, what? It's a replacement for Tesseracts. So if you know my other series that I do, Tesseracts wirelessly transferred fluid, items, or power from one place to another place, and Flux does the same in Skyfactory apparently. So I thought, oh right, let's make this, and it is so easy. I mean, it is. Let me show you a crafting recipe for one of the Flux terminals. These are how easy they are to make. So it looks complicated. So you got a flux block, flux cores. It looks complicated. This is what goes into flux blocks. More flux cores, but flux. This thing, redstone. We've got redstone for days, which is how you make flux. So that is so simple to make. And then to make one of these cores, all you need is obsidian, and then I have ender. Seriously, this is so simple, and I was like kicking myself that I didn't discover this a long time ago. So to make all this work, you have to make what they call a flux controller, which controls all the energy networks. So if I go here now, I've got 3 different power networks. So I think I've set it up. Power 1 does all my main stuff. So if I go into network connections and power 1, this is everything that's connected to power 1, including this flux machine. So that's the flux. Which one is it now? The plug. So that's connected to my reactor. All these are connections that I've got wirelessly around the base, and it's so good. You can actually see in real time how much energy is being used by this one point. So I know I don't need to upgrade that for a while because it can use up to 20,000 RF, and I'm just touching on 1,000 RF, which is pretty good, I think. And then we've got the other two connections. Pink, which is, I think, this one. The pink one is just powering my controller, which is my old refined network. So I never ever run out of power there, because it's a worry that if I ever lost any power on this, I'd lose all my items, don't I? So there's that. And then the third one, if I remember correctly, is it being used right now? No, it isn't, because this one is set up to the grinder. So it's got its own power supply because it uses a lot of power. And that's pretty much how that is set up. So that's pretty cool. That's so simple that it's even easier than making the ender cables. And it just makes life so much easier. As you can see, I've got one here powering all of these devices. It just makes life so much easier. I think I've got another one under here. Yep, another one here. It just makes the place look so much tighter and so much easier. I had to kick myself for not doing that earlier. And then the last thing, this is more of something I discovered. I wasn't told about this, but what's the best way to explain this? So I had this thought process in my head. I've got all the wither skeleton skulls in the world, but I don't have any soul sand. So what this crafter does, and it's very, very easy to make the crafter, believe it or not, is you can put recipe slots in these. So for instance, I've got a pattern called soul sand in here. So this will allow me to do two things. Firstly, it'll allow me to craft soul sand here, even though I don't have any of the essence, because I think it's on automated. I'll explain that in a second. But what this does is it'll turn any nether essence I've got, which it's automatically doing now as it speak. Anyway, once it gets, I think it's the full recipe, which is 8 of them, it'll convert it into 20 soul sand, which is pretty good ratio. But what makes this really, really, really golden is it's automatic. And it is automated by one simple little thing. So this little thing here called a crafting card. What this crafting card does is, if I ever run out of soul sand in my drives there, it will try and craft the recipe if it's available here. So I've got a soul sand crafting recipe here, so if I ever run out of soul sand, it will automatically craft it here, and it's pretty dope. I don't know if I could speed up the whole process just to give you. I don't want to wait here for 8 to pop through, but yeah, that's how it all works. It's pretty good. And also, I should show you my farm, shouldn't I? I've upgraded my farm. In fact, I went over the top on the farm, and I do apologise for this. But here's the farm. It's a floating island all the way out here, chunk loaded, so we don't get any lag spikes from it, because I want to go all the way down on the growth accelerators. But look at it. It's so good. And these, I know it doesn't say what the block's called, but it's a growth tier 2 accelerator. And they're pretty good. This one is laid out like this. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 different crops, just throwing essence into my enemies, which is pretty good actually. So I've got redstone essence. I'm going to get any other things pop through. Some obsidian, some dirt, some water. It's pretty good. I need to turn this side on, but I want to complete this first. Even though I don't think it'll make a difference because they don't drop seeds anymore. So I could probably turn this on. I just need to put, what's it called? The Draconic Supremium Hoe, isn't it? And then this is where I'm going to be farming my nether essence. I just haven't turned it on. Ooh. Can I grab some essence? Is it going to give me some? Yes. Let's go back to the base. Let's see if we're close. We won't be flying back and forth too much, but that's pretty much a big tour of the base. I know it's taken up a lot of the episode. Still going to have a longer episode, just because there's so much. I don't like having an episode where I just talk all through it and then I don't really do anything in it. Kind of sucks. But I know, what, around 4, 5. Damn it, I wish we could convert the seeds to nether essence, but I guess that's why we don't have infinite seeds now. 6, 7. Are we going to get another one? Are we going to get one more? Because it'll all disappear, because it'll automatically craft it, which would be pretty good. But it's like waiting for paint to dry. But anyway, while I'm watching this, I'm just watching it ever so carefully. I've messed up on a few things. And when I say I've messed up on a few things, I've kind of... When I go to the achievement book, I want to watch this, but I want to show you the achievement book as well. I like which one's going to come first. I've actually completed a few of the challenges without realising it. So if you go all the way to the back, because I was having a good read through this. Enter IO farming station with oxygen capacitors automate 20 different crops. Well, I'm automated 25 different crops on one. So technically we've done that, but because I've done that while I've been building this new complex, I'm not going to tick that off until I've got the second farm set up with it. Because it's going to be a bit more challenging to do the second farm, because to do that I need to get mob chunks. A lot of mob chunks. If I want to use different crops, that is. And I do want to use different crops, so we'll come back to that. This I can tick off. Get 20 different chickens and automate resource collection. I'll take that, and then I will show you. I know it's semi-automatic, but it is automatic. So all I have to do is to swap this out for an ender chest. But this is pretty much good. This basically, as the old setup, any feather or chicken manure gets trash, and then this gets all the goodies in there. Christian. Why aren't you going to level 10? Okay, I need to. I'll have a look at that after the episode, because something's not right there. They should be breeding up to level 10 now, because I've got level 10 at 9s. Unless I breed it with some of these guys, I can quickly knock that off. But anyway, this is basically all the farm. If I show you in here, so each row is 9. So I've got 9, 18, 27. As for the challenge, I needed 20, 36, 37, 38 different chickens so far. Once I've got them all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook them all into these. But the reason I don't do that at the moment is because I want the eggs, because I'm still breeding. I'm still wanting to get a load of different chickens. For instance, at the moment I'm after solarium chickens, isn't it? I'm after, so that is why they're in there. Breeding the gold, the soul sand. But yeah, we can tick that off. And is there anything else? There was something else. Not there, not there, not there, not there. Craft a melee tinker's weapon that does 20 or more damage. What we at? 18.29. That's so close. And then it wasn't until I... This is the reason why I made these. If you look at this one, it's got an attack of 11. It's got an attack of 9. This default has an attack of 18.2. So if I spam a load of quartz on this right now, we can tick that off right now. Because it should have 2 modifiers free. So it's 19.5, 20.2. Wait, can I... So that is now 21.16. Holy shit, that is absolutely awesome. So that's another one we can take up right now. I like that. After being so many episodes without any achievements ticked off, it's pretty good to be ticking off achievements. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to go too much, but there's one thing I want to do right now, because it's the one thing I was getting stuck on last episode. And that is lightning rod. So let's get all the parts. Am I missing anything? Yes, I am. Where are they? Where are they? Let's get my book out. Let's get my book out. No, I don't want to put you away. I want you. I want you. Is it still open on the same page? No. Structure block. Oh, it's a solar array. Sorry. Lightning. Structure block. Okay. I always forget the names of these things. There we go. So for whatever reason, you remember last time when I was constructing it, it was creating a little bit of a gap in the middle of it. I don't know why. Now, weirdly, after moving it away from there, I'll show you now. Put him down there and click on this. It's still doing it again. I don't know why it's doing that. But wait. You see how it keeps leaving gaps? I've got it here. But here's what happens now. I'm gonna mine all this. Well, make sure my ring's there. I don't want any of this to drop into the void. But look. Oh, you're broken. That's why. Oops. Now, what's this? I'm not cheating. The items are in my inventory. If I place this guy down again, and it'll only build it from the items in my inventory. Look, exact same items. We've got the 3 rods, we've got the 4 insulated, and then we've got the structure blocks. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to build it when I'm in vanilla. I have the items, so I'm going to check them out. There's 4 of them used. Wait, I've got to turn you off, haven't I? So I'm going to check the rest of it into the void, just for the sake of I ain't cheating. But I just don't know why it wouldn't let me build it in vanilla. If anyone has any idea as to why that's doing the case, just let me know. And then it is 4, isn't it? And then 1 of them left, and then that was gone. And there we go. It's all materials. And as you can see, the bottom changes. This is how you know it's built. Compared to how it is there, grey, it's all black. But yeah, that looks pretty. I don't know why it won't let me craft it. Because you can see the items. It's all there. It really is. So, but anyway, that is pretty much it. That is a tier 1 light move, which I can actually check off as well, can't I? Harness the power of lightning with a lightning rod. Boom! We got that. And I think this is where I'm going to leave off the episode. I know it's going to be a bit of an extended one, but we've got 3 achievements checked off. We'll have another one checked off next time. I'm going to think about where to put the mob grinder if I do bring it over here, and how to build it, or whether I might just hold it back where it is for now. I don't know, there's so many different ideas flowing through my head as to what I can do. But this is my base. This is absolutely freaking amazing. I love it, and I hope you guys love it. Just look at it. Anyway, if any of you got a better name than the complex, just let me know in the comments, and we'll see. I kind of like the complex, but it's not befitting of like an evil layer, if that makes sense. So I might as well wind it down here. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Got any questions, leave them in the comments. I will try and answer them. If you've got any suggestions, let me know. And if there's anything you've seen that I've missed, let me know as well, and I will try and explain it next time. And that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching, and doodles.